Hello, welcome to UK Versus. Today we're diving back into the world of shard bugs. No longer are these free cosmic avatars just taking part in petty territorial disputes or just fighting when they come across each other. We are in a full-blown World War bug, and the actively kind of passive Solar have had to take up arms into this more kind of Holy Crusade army. We saw in the Infestation boxes that we got to see more paladin and clergy kind of armaments from Sol. Mars is thriving in this more combat heavy control set, and Luna is taking to the skies. The moths are out in full and they're displaying their aerial superiority. This set is all about moving cards from your field to your hive and gaining lots of benefits from it. But at the same time, we've got a bunch more lava tokens we can now play, as well as some of the ways that we were playing back in set 1 and set 2 have been expanded on and can now have even better ways to play. And if you're just getting into the game or you're just looking for a quick way to be able to play Infestation, we have the 3-deck battle bundle. Each avatar is represented, and you get 3 pre-constructed 60-card decks, the deck list of which is put on the back. We have the Gold Hive Mind of Solar. This no longer devotion heavy kind of playstyle, now more moving into a resource management Holy Crusade combat based design, where they're looking to utilize this field to hive and hive to field mentality or strategy to gain additional effects. Yes, they are still going to out devotion you if you let them set up, but they're no longer as afraid to get into a skirmish as they have been in, say, the beginnings or the first bounty. The Moth Militia is the lunar solution to the World War bugs. They're taking to the skies. They're looking to negate and control and kind of shut down what everyone is trying to do. Led by Commander Morgana, they are taking to the skies, and they're showing aerial and control dominance, whilst also being able to show a lot of devotion to the lunar cosmic avatar. And the Sword of the Swarm, the Mars Precon deck. Mabu is the commander of Mars and is here to eradicate, burn the fields, burn resources, take on the hive and the field, complete and utter domination of this fight. They are going to be gaining devotion, but Mars has never been scared to sell its devotion, to burn the devotion to Mars, to take down their enemies, and knowing that if they can sack resources, if they can go for this siege mentality, that they'll be able to get that devotion back, but they can really hinder and almost kneecap their opponents. As well as, because this is a world war, we get to see cards as we've seen in the Infestation boxes that now feature, if you are fighting other factions, if you're fighting other cosmic avatars, you can gain additional abilities, as well as cards specifically designed to mess with them. So, in this box, we get the 3 pre-constructed decks, as I just went over what their aims are to do. I'll quickly go back over that when I go into the video, because I'm probably going to separate this into 3 individual videos, but with this kind of like the introduction to them all, because I'm lazy. And this box comes with 3 battle decks, 1 paper playmat, and 1 devotion tracker. I'm really excited to see this devotion tracker, as well as an alternate art cosmic avatar, which is different than the one you can pull in the box, and different than the cosmic rare, and different from the alternate art secret rare cosmic rare. So let's take a look over here. Ooh, so the devotion tracker is a spin down. The devotion trigger is a spin down D20. That is beautiful. So it's called a spin down, yeah, because they are primarily used in other card games as well. So we have our bug, and then it ticks down, or in the case of shard bugs, you tick up heading towards 20. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It ticks up as you go up. But I love this honey bug kind of matching the infestation colours aspect to it. It's fairly light compared to other dice. That's really cool dice. I really like that. I'm probably going to use that for other things as well. We have the paper version of the playmat we have we have the paper version of the playmat that we have in stitch form here. Although this one's got a little bit more heft to it, but that's really cool. So you can kind of get in and see a bit more in detail as to what I've been looking at. A bit more detail as to what I've been looking at in here in front of me. I can probably find something really fun to do with that. If I can get it to go back down. There we go. And a full learn to play booklet with all the rules, step-by-steps, zones, keywords, and even in going into what the web, multiplayer formats, single player formats, and how to join the Discord, how to draft, and increase terminology. This is really cool. I have got a learn to play Shardbugs video up. So if you do want to know more, there's a PDF file available on the Shardbugs website. I have my video up, and there's also their own videos and other content creators who've done their own resources. So let's get into Mars Raging Fury. Mars has had a hell of a glow up in Infestation. They had a strong start in the beginnings, but in Infestation they take on a whole new shine. From my box that I've opened, I've seen that Mars has got some very cool tips and tricks that are going to be coming into, personally I think, a new shake-up in the meta. So, Mars Raging Fury, fight for me little bug, 2 Mars Dust, deal 1 damage to target bug on your field. When that bug, it gains Fury, so it gains 1 additional damage while attacking, and when this bug deals combat damage, draw a card. So as long as that bug deals some damage, you get to draw a card. Now you may end up having to sacrifice your own bug to do that, but there are some very healthy bugs that can tank some damage and allow you to draw some cards. Now unfortunately, attacking is the last thing you do in your turn, so you will not be able to play the card that you get from the damage unless it's a quick action that you can use in your opponent's turn. Blight Hopper. We get 4 Blight Hoppers, maxing out its rarity, because in Shardbugs, rarity also indicates how many of this card you can run. Our Cosmic Avatar is a 1, so we get to play 1 of. This is an uncommon with 4, meaning we can play 4 in our deck. This makes deck building very intuitive and very cool. When this book attacks, you may shuffle 1 card from your hand into your deck, and then you may draw, if you do, draw a card. This is a great way to kind of filter through your hand. Now there is always the odds that you're going to draw that exact same card back, because you're shuffling in before you draw, but at the same time, that is a very slim odds and will be very funny the times it does happen. But for a 3 cost 1 devotion 2/2 that lets you take a card that you can't use at the minute and potentially replace it with something more useful, that's an absolutely solid ability and a great start to the deck. Colony Scout, a 2 cost 1 Mars, one of which is Mars, 1 devotion 1/1. When this bug enters your hive from your field, you may draw a card. So if you have it once per turn, you can take a bug from your hive, exhaust it and move it to your field. Once per turn, you may pay the cost of a card in your hive, move it dizzied into your field, and then you get to draw a card from it. So it places itself in your hand, because you can also once per turn play a card from your hand into your hive, which this would hope maybe allow you to draw into, as well as also move a card by exhausting it from your field to your hive. So not only can we move this from our hive to our field, the following turn we can move it back, and essentially we have like a 2-turn combo where 1 turn is going up and then 1 turn is coming back. A nice little farmable way to generate card draw. Next we have the Crater Hulk, a 4 cost 3 of which is Mars. Stomp. If this bug gains +1 attack for each other isopod you have in your field, and it's a 3/3 with 2 devotion. As an uncommon, this is absolutely insane. It's a 4 cost that you can exhaust for 2 devotion towards your win condition where you need 20. And it's a 3/3, but it gets +1 for each other isopod in your field. So if you have 3 of these down, these are 6 3s, which are going to keep your opponent off their devotion total quite nicely. Following off that, we have the invasion forces. This has swarm. If another bug has been played this turn, this costs 1 colourless cheaper, meaning that it can become a 1 Mars cost unit if you play something else before it. It's a 1 devotion, 2 attack, 2 health. This bug cannot go in your hive, but has swarm, which I just mentioned, and has aggro, which means it enters not dizzy, which means it can exhaust or fight the turn it is played. That is, if you have 3 available dust, you can play 2 of these in a single turn, gain 2 devotion, or take your opponent off 4 devotion if they don't block. Absolutely solid. I liked Luna, but the more I experience Mars, especially with the Infestation set, I am really coming on to being a Mars gamer. Mabu, Hand of Destruction, 4 Mars cost, 3 devotion, 3 health, 3 attack, aggro fury, and with no exhaust cost, 1 and 1 Mars, make a 0/1 unaligned lava recruit token. Not once per turn, not a exhaust cost, just if you have any remaining dust, if you have any remaining hive dust left over that you don't know what to do with, pump out a bunch of tokens and have a bunch of chump blockers ready to throw their life for Mars or to be utilized in other ways, which we'll get into a little bit further in the deck. Mabu's Decree, 3 Mars for this beautiful action. As an additional cost to this card, you may pay X devotion. Search your deck for an aligned ant or roach with a dust cost of X or less, put it into your hand, and that bug gains swarm. So, swarm wouldn't really do much, but if we're looking for Mabu, we can play this, pay 4 devotion, go get Mabu. It doesn't get the 1 colourless left because it's because of swarm, but we can also use it to go search other you can go use it to search out other ants or roaches. And a very cool tutor. It's an expensive tutor, but thanks to swarm, it means that it's going to be cost 1 less. Mars has access to the item, the Mandible Sawblade, a 2 cost item with costing 3 to equip. The equip bug gains +2 attack, and the equip bug can only be blocked by 2 or more bugs, meaning that your opponent has to expend additional resources to stop the bug equipped, and is more likely to lose both of those bugs thanks to that additional 2 attack power. Meteor Blasters, raining fire from the sky. We wield the fury of Mars. Other ants on your field gain fury. This is a very cool 4 cost bug, 3/3 with 2 devotion, that just says when your other ants are attacking, they get +1 attack power. This means that you're going to be hitting your opponent's bugs harder, as well as taking more devotion off them every time you hit. Meteor Roughneck. This is a 1 cost common, so we have 5 in play. 1 devotion, 1 attack, 1 health. If this bug blocks or is blocked by a Lunar or Sol bug, it gains +1/+1 until the end of the turn. Somewhere in the big World War bug, Mars is looking to take down Luna and Sol, and the Meteor Roughnecks are here to help by becoming more invigorated, by becoming buffed if they have to take down a Luna or Sol bug. We didn't see a Sol charm in the Sol deck we opened, but we have the Meteoric Charm, a 3 cost relic that has commit exhaust, gain 1 Mars dust, splat this item, draw a card. As an uncommon, this is a beautiful card. I just love the design of this card. The ruby kind of encrusted still in the rock. Absolutely beautiful looking card. And I pulled a foil one in the deck, in the box openings. If you haven't already seen that, go check that out. I pulled some really cool cards, and I'm really shocked with how good Mars is in the packs I pulled. Next, we've got the Rampaging Roly. Fury, it's a 4-cost Fury Stomp, 2 devotion, 3 attack, 3 health. So it has +1 attack whilst attacking, and if it has any carryover damage, if it's blocked by a 1 health unit, this would deal 3 devotion regardless of the block. Very solid as a 4-cost, especially on a common. Red Wart Warrior, a common 3-cost 1 devotion 2/2 with Swarm Fury. Swarm means it gets 1 colorless cheaper if you've already played a bug this turn, and Fury again +1 damage while attacking. So it's a 2-cost 3/2 when attacking to get rid of devotion. A very solid idea there. Coming in with the Rust Leaf Hopper, a common 2-drop, one of which is Mars, 1 devotion, 2 attack, 1 health. When this bug is played from your hive, it gains aggro until the end of turn. So again, once per turn we can play this, and it would enter out from our hive to our field, and it would not gain dizzy because it would have aggro. I mean, it can be utilized immediately, and then on the next turn, if we want to keep it safe, we want to utilize that ability again, we can move it back into our hive, retreating it to kind of have this gun and run mentality of this 2-turn combo, where we're always going to have 1 more unit than our opponent thinks we have at the cost of a couple of resources. Shard Cluster, a 3-cost relic that has exhaust to gain 1 dust, and then you can splat it to gain 1 dust. This makes playing some of these big units a lot cheaper, outside of, say, like Mabu, who is only Mars attuned, who's only Mars aligned. Supernova, my signature move, a 2 Mars cost action. Splat target readied meteor bug. On your field, your target enemy loses 3 devotion. So we just get to take this action, splat one of our Mars bugs because we cannot splat an unaligned token, and then we just go, you lose 3 devotion. That can be devastating to Sol and Luna players when they're getting close to winning. Following off that, we have the Swarm Soldier, another common 3-cost, 3 colors and 1 Mars for 1 devotion, 3/2 Swarm. So it gets 1 cheaper if you've already played another bug. When you play another hopper, this bug gains aggro until the end of turn. So if we play this, it makes our next one 1 cheaper, or any other hopper we have 1 cheaper. And then if we play it, this one gains aggro. So if we can spam out multiple hoppers, such as the Bug Leaf Hopper, which gains aggro when it's played from the hive, we can have these heavy hitting bugs coming in ready. Dropping in a Swarm Soldier into the Bush Leaf Hopper would allow us to just have a lot of damage very quickly. There's some beautiful synergies going on in Mars at the minute. Tainted Candy is an absolute icon. 5-cost basic action, only playable in your turn. Splat target bug. Just whack, get out of here. Just, nope, you don't get to play. If you're having trouble taking a bug down, Tainted Candy's there to go, it's no trouble anymore. The Plague. Hoppers in your hand and hive have gained Swarm. So, because it includes the hive, we have the Bush Leaf Hopper, which essentially, if we can play down, if we use that, utilize that combo that we saw before with the Swarm Soldier, we play the Swarm Soldier, Bush Leaf becomes cheaper, and so we can then play it from hive for 1, and then we gain aggro, and our other one gains aggro. Beautiful synergy there between the hoppers. Because of how aggressive Mars is, we have the War March. Meteor bugs on your field gain Stomp. All meteor bugs have carryover damage. Your opponents need to block all that damage perfectly, or they're still going to be losing devotion. In a set where we're generating a lot of chump blocking tokens with these 0/1 unaligned lava tokens, War March is an absolute beast because it says your chump blockers are saving you 1 devotion. They're still dying, but my Stomp is going to carry over. And we finish off with a War Profiteering, a free cost action attack. It's an uncommon splat target item or support card. That controller makes a number of bounty tokens equal to the dust cost of that card. So essentially you're allowing them to gain colorless dust based on what you destroy, but you are taking down an item or support. You're taking down their events, their relics, these items that they're going to be utilizing in their charms to try and stay alive. You go, yep, here's some gold, get it out my face. Mars's control has adapted and grown. It's no longer just about wiping the board, keeping your opponent off devotion. It is about controlling the flow of the game in a much more nuanced way, especially now we're having this way of, I'm going to be faster at this. My hoppers are gaining aggro, my hoppers are gaining swarm, all my bugs are gaining stomp. All these things you were able to do to stop me in set 1 and set 2. Mars has grown, it has evolved. We are in the World War bug, and this is where Mars is going to thrive. And the way that you can upgrade this with the Infestation set and with additionals from the Mars cards that we got in the beginnings and first bounty, I'm so hyped to build a Mars control deck and just watch my opponents have no field, no devotion, and barely any hive. I am so excited to play Mars, and I'm looking forward to getting some games in with people where I can. Let me know if you think I'm right about Mars. Is Mars growing in your estimations the same way they are for me? I might have to jump ship from Luna to Mars. I'm very excited to play more of it, and if you want to know more about how to play Shardbugs, there's some great resources like I showed at the beginning. This came with a Learn to Play booklet. If you want to learn more, you can you can scan the QR code and find out more about Shardbugs. And I even have a Learn to Play video up of Shardbugs because it's a really fun and intuitive game, which I really hope does well and does reach out to more and more markets. Let me know in the comments below how you're finding Shardbugs, and if you're looking forward to playing Mars yourself, or if you've got your eyes on Luna or Sol. Who do you think is going to walk away the winner of World War Bug? Let me know, and I'll see you at game night. Bye.